Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem Akakadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to the Akim out there, and this is a sit-down lesson from abcnews.go.com, published by Kevin Shelvey, Amanda M. Morris, and Kenton Gishwick from abcnews.go.com as of July the 16th, 2023 at 4:07 a.m. And this is a 4-minute read ago. And it reads a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck near Alaska Peninsula, prompting a brief tsunami warning. Right, because I believe this happened last night. And it says the quake struck about 55 miles southwest of Sandport, Alaska, officials said. And it says the powerful 7.2 magnitude of an earthquake struck near the Alaska Peninsula late Saturday, because today is Sunday. So this was late Saturday night into the early Saturday morning, I believe. But it says a preliminary data placed the quake about 55 miles southwest of Sandport, Alaska. The National Weather Service says it has been measured at a magnitude of a 7.4. It says the United States Geological Survey says in a Twitter, it struck about 10:48 local time in Koyata, Alaska. Sirens sound late at night, according to a video post on social media. It says the quake prompted the National Weather Service as encouraged to issue a brief tsunami warning. It says saying there was a risk of significant inundation, an alert that was downgraded to an advisory being canceled, although early Sunday. It says a tsunami was generated by this event, but no longer posing a threat. The NWS National Tsunami Warning Center says some areas may continue to see smaller levels changes. It says the center early update has been on the advisory urging locals near the coast to move off the beach and off the harbors and marinas, if I pronounced that word. It says in a brief tsunami warning before the advisory, weather officials had listed time spanning about 90 minutes when the tsunami waves were expected to hit the shores from Shinget Bay to Newmack Pass. Significant inundation is possible for already occurring, the service of Anchorage officials said on Twitter in announcing the early warning, moving inland to higher grounds. It says there were no tsunami threat in Hawaii. The state management agency says the earthquake was along the Alaska ocean subduction zones where large tremors are common. The USGS official said in a summary of the event since 1990. It says 9 other M7 and larger have occurred 250 kilometers after July the 16th, 2023 event. The USGS says a magnitude of a 8.6 quake struck about 90 miles away on April 1st, 1946. That was a long time. It says causing a tsunami that devastated a lighthouse on Umak Island and swept away its 5 occupants, the USGS official said. Tsunamis from that quake killed at least an additional 159 in Hawaii and 1 person in California, according to the summary. A 9-point magnitude earthquake in the Alaskan Trench on March 27, 1964 was the second largest recorded by modern Semitic instrumentation, officials say. And this is the book of Luke, chapter 21. chapter 21, verse 11. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 11, and it reads to the Holy Scriptures. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. And this is 2nd Ezra. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. And I'm going to start at verse 2. Chapter 9. Then we start at verse 2.
Alright, so this is Shady Crib with Kim, and you are safe to visit parts of boat. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for choosing Shoreline.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 2. Then thou shalt understand it is a very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? So the Heavenly Father is visiting this earth with these high increasing magnitudes of earthquakes in diverse places. And we've definitely been seeing a large amount of increasing of these earthquakes in diverse places, increasing high magnitudes of these earthquakes in diverse places. And the highest earthquake was being seen, it was like a 7.7 and a 7.8, and in this current modern day times, which happened a couple of months ago over there in central Turkey. Because what happened to that devastating earthquake over there in Turkey, that was like a 7.7 to like 7.8, and then multiples of earthquakes got hit over there, like a 6.5 to a 6.7 from central Turkey all the way into Syria. And then we've been seeing increasing earthquakes throughout the whole world, especially the recent ones over there in Tongan, near Tongan, south of Tongan, north Tongan, and those were magnitudes from a 6.5 to 6.7 magnitude scale, especially with the recent earthquakes over there in Mexico. Over there in Mexico, the outskirts of Mexico, that was like a 6.4 and a 6.5 magnitude of the earthquakes, and we've been seeing multiple earthquakes. We've seen recently over there in Chile, Argentina and Chile borders, the recent earthquakes over there in Indonesia, so we definitely been seeing the high increasing impacts of these earthquakes in diverse places. Those recent earthquakes over there in Taiwan, I believe that was like a 5.7 to 5.9. So those are examples that I just mentioned that we're seeing the increasing of these high magnitudes of earthquakes in diverse places. So the Heavenly Father is definitely visiting this earth with these increasing of high magnitudes and earthquakes in diverse places. So we're definitely seeing the tornadoes, the earthquakes, the landslides, the floodings, the droughts, the wildfires, etc. So these are examples that the Heavenly Father is visiting this earth. And definitely, like I mentioned again previously, the Heavenly Father is definitely visiting the earth with these weather-like conditions, especially with these earthquakes, as we've been seeing a high increase of earthquakes in the year 2023, And I'm going to read again, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 2 of the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, Then thou shalt understand it is a very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? So the Heavenly Father visiting this earth with these weather-like conditions. He's going to continue to visit this earth with these weather-like conditions. And one of them is these earthquakes in diverse places. And that's the 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 3 of the apocryphal books of the Holy Scriptures, and it reads, it says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars in the people world. Right, so we're seeing the increasing earthquakes and upwards of people were at the same time as well too. And this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and storms and tempests and the flame devouring fire. Right, so that shows you the example of the Lord of hosts of Yahweh Bashmel Shai is visiting this earth with the thunder and with earthquake, with a great noise and different types of storms and the tempest and the flame devouring fire made by Yahweh Bashmel Shai. You know? I'm gonna bring out the Luke 21 and 11 once again as well too. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 11, and it reads to the Holy Scriptures. And it says, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Right, so that's in the categories, that's the main category, these earthquakes. And this is a prime example of this recent earthquake took over there of the shores of Alaska over there in that region as of late Saturday night entering into Sunday morning. And it hit with that, that tsunami warning and along with that earthquake that took place over there. And as it says again, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake, because when it was once reported, when the story came out, it was a 7.4 magnitude of an earthquake. Now it comes into a 7.2 magnitude of earthquake. As it says again, a 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck near Alaska Peninsula, prompting a brief tsunami warning as of July the 16th, 2023 at 4:07 a.m. So with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying of this recent news article, as there was a 7.2 earthquake near the shores of Alaska, as it prompted a tsunami warning on top of that as well too, right along with the 7.2 magnitude of an earthquake. So with that, hopefully this was edifying, like I mentioned again. And first and foremost, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Akarkadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.